All right, to begin this week's episode, I have a legitimate question. Is wrestling back, or did it never leave?
Well, I used to be super into. Are you talking about WWE?
Dude, Pat McAfee stole the show. Holy shit. I was never a wrestling guy, and I was locked into those clips.
I was super into it as a kid. I saw the Pat McAfee clips. He was pretty good.
Yeah.
Also, Stone Cold Steve Austin was in Dallas this past weekend, and I'm upset that we didn't go to it because I really would have loved to see that.
Yes.
But yes, I think it's definitely on the rise for sure. And like you said, they're getting what's his fucking name? On the WWE games, Logan Paul and
dude, Logan Paul was he was in WrestleMania. Like people like McAfee obviously a lot better because he did he ate that Stone Cold Stunner so hard. That was crazy. And then when he jumped from the ring onto the top rope and just balanced himself, that was like, that dude's a punter. That was insane.
Yeah. Yeah, it just goes to show you that even though you're a punter, like it takes so much athletic ability to play any position in any pro sport.
Yeah, and he totally took a gamble on himself that, holy shit, talk about cashing that in. That dude's an A-list celebrity now, across multiple platforms, multiple media. Wrestling is a very discerning audience where they don't like a lot of change. Like they don't necessarily like Logan Paul. They're welcoming in McAfee with open arms. Yeah, I thought it was nuts. Yeah, Logan Paul was wrestling with that poke. Could you ever imagine he set the Guinness Book of World Records for paying the most for a Pokemon card. And are you proud of that? That would kind of freak me the fuck out.
Pretty sure he flew to Dubai to get it too.
He did.
Yeah.
Did he stop by with Hasbulla?
Yeah.
What I don't get though is do you really got to go through Guinness World Record books for that? Or is that just an extra flex?
I imagine the Guinness World Headquarters has cobwebs all over it with a landline. Wait, what? We got to call. Someone wants to do a fucking record with us.
Yeah, probably definitely just an extra flex.
You know what we should do? That sparks the time that when I was rooming with Platts, he bought a Guinness World Record book to strictly figure out what record he wanted to break. And, we were trying donuts and popsicle challenges and stuff like that.
That's classic. Yeah. Tell me if this just makes you feel like crap. Ashley Barty, formerly the #1 tennis player in the world, has retired at the age of 25. Bruh. I mean, she just accomplished everything she needed to. Was yeah, I'm good. But what is the appropriate age to retire? Obviously as fast as you can if you hate your job, but how does Charlie Munger, get up every day at 98 and is yes, I am still going to go to work today?
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, I think it's definitely dependent on whether or not you like your job or not. I can't imagine, why would you retire at 25? Does she just hate tennis?
Well, it's very physically demanding. So she literally she was dominant. She wasn't Serena, but she was, she had accomplished every major. She was #1 in the world. And yeah, she just retired. I was shocked she was younger than me. God, that made me feel old. And it's okay, she's hanging it up already.
I mean, now she can just take her money to go start a business and be fine.
Exactly.
Or invest. I mean, I'd retire tomorrow if I could do that.
Right. Exactly. That's the thing is, I feel I would not be good at my job anymore, let alone living around the age of 80. It's just once you get up there, you're cognitively, you're probably not as sharp as you were when you were in your heyday. But yeah, again, it's if you love your job, obviously do it. And I guess it just depends on the career path, right? Some of these guys like Al Michaels obviously has one of the best jobs in the country for his profession, so he's never going to want to leave.
That is pretty crazy though, because usually athletes that are that good are just they're enthralled by it. They're so passionate about it. I'm surprised.
Yeah. No, exactly. Again, LeBron will never want to leave the game, or baseball, basketball. But yeah, tennis It's a lonely sport too. That's the thing about individual sports is like you're basically training your whole life, don't get to have a childhood, and then you're on one side of the court kind of just competing against another person.
Yeah, I think it's a personality thing because like there's some people just regardless if they played a sport or not that they retire, but they retire from their previous career and then start something new versus people who retire and like, you know, play golf with their free time or pick up painting or whatever.
Which I love to do, golf. Yeah, that's the thing too. Is like she could retire from the sport and still make a lot of money being an analyst, and she's going to get any tennis analyst job in the books because she's obviously the former number one. I've got a couple of traveling tidbits from my weekend adventure. First of all, I pass an advertisement for live music at an airport bar. Is that a flex or come the fuck on? I mean,
what airport?
The Minneapolis airport's like it wasn't Chili's, but it was like, yeah, live music Fridays. It's like, well, you would always have an audience. You know, it probably wouldn't be very loyal, but
that'd be fucking great if it was at a Chili's.
Yeah, that dude, man. Chili's is an airport staple, no matter the state.
I mean, I don't know. It'd be cool. Like if I saw it in an airport, I'd probably laugh. I'd probably go to the bar just to say I saw.
Like, would you brag about that though to your friends? Like, yeah, I'm a live performer. Oh, what bar? Chili's at MSP.
Yeah, you have to like go through security every time to get to your gig.
Sir, we're gonna have to pat you down. You've got a spot on your shoulder.
That's interesting to think about because like the going through security, because I'm pretty sure that one of the bigger like drug traffickers was for bands, and they would purposefully bring 4 guitars when they only needed 3 guitars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. I get anxiety when I see that drug dog. Like it's like keep walking. It's like don't let it sniff you. It's like Jesus.
Never have anything on me, and it freaks me out every time.
Yeah, I'm like Jesus. Don't get that dog near me. Did you see unrelated though, but it's like I think marijuana is making like movement through legalization, I think through the House, but I guess the Senate still has to approve it. But you know, that just what's good is those people that are serving crimes for pot are finally going to get it eventually released.
Yeah, I don't think the Senate ever passes it. I'm pretty sure this in the Senate pretty right. Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, but who knows? Again, it's always changing like every 2 years too. Yeah, we could get to looking at that. Okay, the other thing was that this is just the story. It was classic. First class, come on, I had to. Not Emirates, but on my way to Chicago, short flight, there is a literal newborn, like it was literally a fetus sitting next to me, like attached to this woman. And I'm just immediately like, fuck me. I'm like, are you serious? Like, come on. I'm not paying as much for this fucking ticket to have to deal with this shit. Luckily, I got those AirPod Maxes, so it was fine. And then, so I'm like, I don't think the baby made a sound the entire time. I'm the jackass who has my fucking iPad up on that little tray table. Plane just takes a bump, like immediately falls off, and my coffee just sprays all over the newborn.
Oh, wow.
I'm just like, oh my God, I'm the jackass in this situation. I just immediately did say it. This lady's probably like, are you fucking serious? It wasn't like bad, but it was definitely like spray, like a little spittle kind of from the cup.
Was it hot coffee?
Oh yeah. I was like, what do you want me to do? The plane jolted and my fucking iPad fell off.
Did the mom like look like, did she notice?
She's kind of like side-eyed and like it's all over my pants, and I'm just like some of it's on her bag. I'm like, what the fuck? Tell the pilot to keep his head on a swivel.
Yeah, watch for the potholes.
Speaking of first class, have you ever been so hyped for a song coming out this Friday by Jack Harlow?
That was dope the way he sampled Glamorous, so I'm excited to see.
Is it going to be
Jack? I had beef with Jack Harlow originally because he ruined Euphoria ending for me when he tweeted
yeah, that's right. That's right.
But I am excited for that song.
I hope it's not a letdown, because when that snippet went so hard, and I'm only imagining that it's going to be a banger, but what if it's just, it comes out and it's not what
I saw a video of him playing it in Vegas and everyone was fucking hyped. So I think it's good. Maybe they were just hyped because it was the snippet, but
right.
It looked cool.
Morgan Wallen, I just found out, is either dropping a song or an album Friday. So I don't know if any of you guys like him, but
Yeah,
I do.
I love him.
What I was thinking about is it just like a given, or is it like an unwritten rule that every kind of artist just drops music on a Friday? So there's no one's just like, hey, Tuesday release.
weekends, baby.
Yeah, it's mainly Fridays for sure.
Right.
Interesting.
I feel like only like a Kanye, or I guess a Ye, or like large rappers like Drake's and whatnot would be
do
like
whatever they want.
Yeah, like here's a Wednesday album.
Yeah, he's like here's a 24/7 live stream of me doing push-ups, and I'm gonna put on my own concert and send you a video camcorder to watch it.
That's the GOAT video.
Yeah.
Him doing push-ups.
Which one?
When he lived in the bottom of the Atlanta Falcons football stadium, and he's just doing push-ups, and there's just dudes sitting in the room like this.
The rapper who was unfortunately gunned down,
Dude.
but they propped up his legitimate corpse at a nightclub where it was just everyone was vibing, and this blue dead body's just staring at him. They dressed it up in a hard fit though.
Well, that fit did go hard.
Dude,
That was-
come on. We've
fun.
always joked about like putting on, I want you to celebrate my life. I didn't mean actually put me out there with you guys and start fucking holding my dead hand.
No,
Is
if
this
I
it?
die, I want
Yes.
you guys to do this. I want you to do the same shit.
He's pretty stanced up for real.
All right. I
Like,
guess
put
that's
my
a good
hardest
point.
put my hardest fit on and bring me to bottle service.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, just don't put it on my tab.
All right, that's
Funeral.
fair. Because I
It's like fucking-
agreed. That's a way better. Like I could see you guys actually telling me that, be like, yo, don't do this, because I have my own ideas of my
Right. I mean,
funeral.
I'm the guy getting a mausoleum in the cemetery, but is my dead fish body gonna be fucking hanging out with you? Yeah, just pass me around in a chair like they do at those weddings.
Yeah. Someone said they got that dead ass body stanking up the club. Just fucking-
It's like Weekend at Bernie's type shit.
Literally. I mean, hey, you go out viral, I guess. I mean, there you go.
That's
That
pretty
shit-
fucked up though.
Yeah, 100%. That shit had me weak though.
Dude, yeah. The whole family's partying in the club and like
Dude, like do that for me, but make it a fat head of me.
I'm down if my family
Hologram.
wants to get the airbrush t-shirts of me. But like
Yeah.
don't put me in the club.
You have my
Don't
full
ever-
permission to do exactly what happened.
Yeah, good. And
You'd
like
be
you're gonna
towering over people up there.
one of those
Don't ever-
people that work with cadavers is gonna like lose their license over that. Like just fucking, hey, we need to borrow him for just a night.
Yeah. How do you even get away with stealing the fucking dead
Imagine
body?
that conversation with like the funeral home or whoever, like, we're actually gonna do this. The people that are like, what?
We'll bring him by Thursday, but we gotta pick him up Friday by 5 because we got bottles.
He's got an
Keep-
event.
Keep the embalming fluid just rolling. Keep him fresh.
Someone's putting it on them. All right, another ridiculousness. The Island Boys have added a fourth Island Boy. It's
even find the
so bad and stupid, but yet I cannot look away. And they had everyone's just like, dude, the third one's still uploading. And then everyone was like, wait, guys, the fourth is better than y'all too. And then they had the third and fourth rap battle. It's painful. But hey, props to them because they're somehow all over my FYP page again.
Yeah, they're definitely doing everything they can to stay relevant and to milk like the last of their fame out of this.
Right.
Because eventually
100%.
it's gonna go completely away.
Yeah, they're getting me.
Or they're gonna be call it, I don't know, producers of online stars if they can actually pick up someone who keeps
Yeah.
people interested.
I mean,
That would be more-
they're so young. I mean, they're gonna have so much growing up to do. I mean, they got viral at a young age, and they'll just have to keep figuring out how to do it.
Mhm.
All right, are you all Mizzou guys salty? Kansas wins an insane game,
Dude, fuck
national
them.
title. Yeah, let it all
It's
out.
kind of annoying. That's all bad.
Any insufferable fans?
I
KU.
strongly dislike a lot of I feel like Chiefs fans are so terrible. Like Chiefs fans from KC, a lot of them I cannot stand, and they're also grouped into being a lot of them are also KU fans, and I just hate to see them happy.
Especially after they
So,
won the Super Bowl, right? Like that just adds a whole nother thing to a fan.
And the deficit that they came back and won by, it's like, dude, now they can say that too, that they one of the greatest comebacks ever. Like, shut up.
Dude, my dude had about he was gonna win $4,000 if UNC won, and it's like, dude, just hedge Kansas. He let it ride.
That's painful.
That is pain.
It was a great weekend of basketball, though.
Yeah.
Like the Final Four games, the UNC Duke game was insane.
Yeah, God, we were like, I barely even remember watching it, but we were hyped when we were.
Hot take, is the semifinal games now more better than the finals?
Well,
I was
Duke
kinda
UNC
thinking that.
for sure, because that's the first time they had done it. Like the hype around it, Coach K's last game, that was awesome. The KU game kind of sucked because Villanova was injured, but it was looking like a terrible national championship. Like yikes, kind of like last year where Baylor just annihilated Gonzaga, and and then Kansas they were plus 380 to win at half.
I know, I saw that.
I know.
Well, the Final Four helps also that it's like on a Saturday night.
Yes.
And the championship is on a Monday, which kind of sucks, I think.
Yeah.
So that gives the Final Four a lot more hype as well.
I did the same shit as your friend Dylan. I was going to win big on Duke, and Grant's like, dude, hedge.
Yes.
I'm like, fuck no, I'm not hedging. And I just lost big time.
Yeah. It's like the time to if you weren't going to hedge, the time to do it is like, there's no way Kansas comes back and wins this, but just in case, like just like 100 on that to get the value.
Well, dude, Caleb Love did not. I mean, St. Louis boy wanted to seem to make those shots, but dude did not need to shoot that early at the end of the game.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, didn't he have a terrible night shooting too?
Yeah.
North Carolina, if they won, they were going to be like the worst team to ever win, but with that field goal percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
always those late shots in basketball, especially during the tournament. It always seems like you wish you could just remind them, hey man, remember, like 3 seconds doesn't sound like a lot, but take a dribble and 3 steps or whatever you need. Like,
yeah.
Well, he was like 6 for 16, or it's like, give it to Manek or whatever, Manic or whatever. Like, there was 9 seconds left. Pass it to his ass. Like,
Yeah.
And there was like 70,000 people there because they did it at the Superdome, which was sick.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine that much pressure playing in a Superdome in front of that many people. I mean, that for sure makes it difficult.
The craziest final ever was, I just saw a highlight of it when I was in college, and North Carolina versus Nova, where Marcus Page had that like double clutch 3 to tie it, and in that Villanova 3 seconds he just flips it back to the guy for the championship. Bang. Did you guys catch this promo? I can't believe you're not excited for this. Rat in the Kitchen on TBS, because they couldn't stop promoting that. That's terrible content. This is exceptional content. Caitlyn Jenner on Nelk. Has anyone gotten a chance?
I only saw the clips. I only saw a few clips, but it was hilarious.
I'm gonna listen to it tomorrow.
What a get! I mean,
Yeah.
just like it's just like an interesting interview. Now, I don't think Kim Kardashian likes her doing that, but that's a great, like, you get so many quotes. That photo for Happy Dad is like, Caitlyn just seemed so cool to do it, and like Nelk was just like,
I was
let's
gonna say
fucking go.
she seems pretty cool. I
Right.
mean, and like I was telling Brendan earlier, like just week thinking about them driving off the fairway and just her just blasting the ball when they were golfing.
What do you think is Kim Kardashian's beef with Caitlyn doing the interview?
Oh, well, I just always had heard that she didn't like Caitlyn Jenner kind of taking the limelight away from or talking about her family and stuff. Like they kind of tried to separate.
Okay.
I don't know, but Caitlyn Jenner's running for office, so it's smart for her too, just to get in front of a huge audience.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's wrap up with a little bit about the Hot Ones challenge here from Brennan. We've got some content coming up, and then we'll get your content here with the tea.
Yeah. So recently, what was it? Last night, I guess, or the night before, ordered the Hot Ones hot sauces. So going to take on that challenge. I think it's like 10 different hot sauces that get increasingly more hot. I'm pretty into spicy food, but I think like the last ones are definitely going to fucking rock me. Also, our third roommate, Chris, is a wizard on the grill. He makes some fire wings. So we're going to have him cook up the wings, use all that hot sauce. We'll get some good footage. I'm sure I'll be in tears. We'll see how it goes.
Looking forward to that. All right, so that's coming in the next couple. I can't do the spicy food, so that's going to be a painful to watch.
Also, we got I don't know if we're doing it next week or when we'll, I guess, do the interview, but McBride's down.
Andrew McBride, one of our later guests coming up. Joey's got the Hinge Pro coming on with us as well in the future. So we've got some guests lined up as well. I didn't want to. The war in Ukraine is so fucked, dude. Like the war crimes that came out this weekend. And in the propaganda where they just try and spin it's just makes me feel so helpless. And it's like, fucking, these people were living their lives and then all of a sudden they're in a war zone. And it's just like, could you imagine? We're just so lucky that, if we just didn't live in the United States.
Did you watch, Dylan, did you watch the Grammys?
No, I did not.
They like had a video of Zelensky like spoke and he
really
addressed the Grammys crowd. Like it was
it hella awkward?
I mean, it was interesting. And then John Legend was singing a song about like a little soldier boy, and like they had all these like Ukrainian singers, and they would put like these captions about him, like so and so from Ukraine just fled last week, and now she's like singing. It was interesting.
And it's so fucked because I understand why you can't just be like, hey, we're gonna go, because you don't want to test a nuclear power, then that puts us in danger. But you also want to go help kind of the little guy against the big bully, and it's just sick to kind of see what's going on. All right, but we got that out of the way. Let's get back to the fun stuff here. It's the tea with Jack D.
All right. Let's see what we got. So, yeah, this is just interesting. Transgender residents in California, Palm Springs, are going to pay you $900 a month if you identify as transgender or non-binary. Whatever a UBI is, I don't know, like that sounds like unemployment benefits, but yeah.
I don't even understand that. That's like a tax break almost. It's crazy.
So the government gives you $900 a month for if you identify as transgender or non-binary in that city?
Correct.
Interesting.
It says no strings attached.
Let me I'm about to.
Did you see that some airline pilot got like caught on a hot mic just basically like ripping the city of San Francisco? And like the controls like, yeah, A71, you're hot mic live. He's like, fuck. All right, yeah, A71 taking off.
Yeah. Okay, this is just, I don't really understand how this works.
Hold on, Jack. Just to correct it a little bit, from what I'm seeing is it's not necessarily that they're giving people just money for being trans. It's it's a test or a study of some sort. So I think they're taking like subjects who are trans
or like a survey. Yeah. Okay.
I think it's just testing like if a economic like I don't know, different economic policies would like, I don't know, be a thing. Who knows? Like if you can support X person in this country this way,
right.
Is it going to benefit them? Right. Like see if it helps. I don't know. I'm not getting to the depths yet, but it's a test of some sort is all I wanted to say.
Sure.
Interesting. So I don't really understand how this works, but there's a new study that shows that humans started breeding dogs 33,000 years ago, based on their facial expressions, because they would breed dogs who matched their own facial expressions. So that's where they said puppy eyes comes from.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Evolution.
Yeah. The Weeknd will replace Kanye at Coachella because apparently Kanye told someone he's going to get help or something.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was big news that Kanye dropped out of Coachella. I didn't know the reason behind that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he did go get help, because another thing I had on here is Kim finally introduced Skeet to the kids. He was whipping around in a golf cart with North.
Okay.
You haven't met any of the kids yet?
No.
Yeah, see, I didn't realize that either. That's pretty well. I mean, good on Kim, I guess, and I good on that.
When mommy's dating, you don't need to get into my deep life yet, type of thing.
Sure. Right? Yeah, true. Good point.
She's probably waiting for Kanye to fucking.
Kind of
chill
wild.
out.
Like he got a Kim tattoo and hadn't even met her kids yet.
Yeah, hold on, wait a second.
Dude loves tattoos.
True.
Yeah. Speaking of Kanye, it is confirmed that he's going to be on Future's new album, which I'm pumped. I didn't even know Future had a new album, so that's lit.
When is that coming out? Any news on that, or just that it is?
He
What
has
is it?
an Future's new album that Kanye will be on with him, but he didn't say a date. All he said was, "At Kanye West, this shit too hard. I'm about to leak the shit soon." So hopefully soon.
Yes, of course. Nothing like a good leak.
Okay, this is interesting. There was a movie that was filmed in 2015 that won't be released until 2115, and it's with John Malkovich, and it's called The Movie You Will Never See, and it's from the director of Spy Kids, and it's a short film that will imagine Earth 100 years in the future. So they're not gonna. It's kind of like a time capsule in a movie, and they're not gonna release it until 2115.
That's crazy to me. That's like a phenomenon. Like, how are they going to have? What if the technology is just totally different to where it's like this is developed on film, and we're just developing things with our brain and chips.
Dude,
Called
yeah.
100 years, the movie you'll never see.
What if it just fucking tanks? It's like,
I
wow,
mean-
great. Thanks for the hold up.
That reminds me of like one of the dudes who like started CNN recorded this video in 1980, and it's only set to release if the world starts to end.
Yeah, that's right. Ted Turner, or the guy for Turner Broadcasting Networks. Yeah. That's nuts. It's held for if the world was ending, what they would broadcast.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right, go.
No, I was just thinking of a joke. It's probably like, all right, make sure all your candles are blown out back in 1980 or so.
Dude, I mean, Will Smith's been getting a lot of hate, but dude can't win. Jada Smith came out and said she wishes that Will would not have done that. It's like,
Okay.
dude, like
Of
you've already
course.
put this dude through hell. He was trying to stand up for you. Like,
Yeah.
Dude, what a bitch, honestly.
I mean, God, yeah, she's basically keeping him on a string, bullying him.
I saw a tweet today that said Tupac probably faked his own death just to get away from Jada. Because, like, dude, that's awful.
Yeah,
It's gotten old though. I want old Will back.
Right,
I want, like, some good.
we all feel bad for him.
Yeah.
Forbes dropped their billionaires net worth today and said Kanye has a net worth of $2 billion. And the post was, do you guys think that's accurate?
I mean, if it's Forbes, I feel like Forbes is probably the most reputable source.
But it's interesting too how they value it, because they do all the the value of each franchise, and it's kind of just like it's the theoretical value of like, okay, if this was on the open market today, what would it be worth? But yeah, I think I wouldn't doubt Kanye's worth. Once you add up everything.
They also said Jay-Z in 2020 was 1.3 billion. So yeah, I guess we're probably there with inflation, right?
Wasn't Kylie Jenner a billionaire, or it was reported she was a billionaire?
And then I think she dropped off.
Right.
They had to correct it. They had to correct it. They went back and literally redacted the Forbes part.
I saw that Kyle from Nelk was he was one of the 30 under 30. That dude's smart as hell.
What's his?
She's
worth,
up there though.
What's his net worth? Like, what if
What's his name?
What did Barstool, Kyle Forgard or something? So Barstool was sold for like 200 million. What would Nelk sell for? I would imagine it would be at least 100 million, close to 200, if not more. Like
Today,
he's probably up there. Yeah.
It says Nelk is 1.5 million as of 2022.
Interesting.
Oh wow.
But that's probably just off merch. Like, if we're thinking about Forbes, what would it be worth if someone was like, I'm going to buy 100% of Nelk?
Yeah.
It would probably be like the bar.
I think I said that wrong. If anything, it says Kyle Forgard is 1.5 million. So I assume that's having ownership in Nelk or whatever it is too.
Sure. True.
Dude, he
Sorry,
said his parents took out a $250,000 loan from their line of credit to fund the first merch drop.
Crazy.
That's insane.
So how long has Nelk been like an official thing?
We got Nelk. I'm not really familiar with this, but anyways, Nelk has also been referred to as the Nelk Boys. Oh, I gotta go to the Wikipedia. Sorry, guys.
No, you're good. Let's continue with the T until you find something.
Years 2010.
Gotcha.
Wow. Elon buys 9% of Twitter, which makes him the biggest stakeholder in Twitter.
He's capped at 14. I guess he agreed with the board.
Like he can't purchase more than 14%.
I
heard that today.
Mm-hmm.
I had about 15, like I had made a good amount of money from Twitter on the stock market in the pandemic. And then it just had kind of a tumultuous year and a half. We should have seen this motherfucker coming. I still had like 15 shares, but when Elon was tweeting about it, we're seeing trending by Twitter. Elon's fucking taking polls. And then Monday, it's up fucking 21%, 30%, I think it was. And yeah, he's just like, is he just gonna delete it?
He might have fucking more effect on the stock market than like the fucking president.
Oh yeah.
If he tweets about something, it has such an effect on how
he is pump and dump.
Yeah.
Like Portnoy was a little like Portnoy could make waves back in like the panic, kind of like the retail stock frenzy. But yeah, Elon, like you would get an army behind something. Like it would become virtue.
Dude, when their shit shot up, like his return, I forgot exactly what it was, but like on what he had bought is fucking insane.
Oh yeah, because everyone and there was like not suspicious, but there was option activities where it's like Twitter to hit 45, like for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it's fascinating. So yeah, I cashed in a little bit, but now we've been getting crushed the last 2 days.
And there's Twitter employees are fucking pissed off, like the far left, like.
I can only imagine. Like your fucking company's in the hands of the guy you're kind of pissed at.
But their new CEO tweeted that he's happy to have him, and so did Jack Dorsey. He said it'd be awesome. But then someone ratioed Jack Dorsey because there's a quote from an interview from him like a couple of years ago where he was just shitting on Elon.
Oh god.
Yeah. But he's probably like, fuck, this dude has my baby in his hands. Like,
yeah.
Who's the most powerful person in the world, you think? Because it's just like Elon's like, he's not the president, but like that dude's got it. Like, do people around the world know who he is? They have to.
Yeah. His ventures aren't just here. He's from South Africa. And
right.
He created, what is it? Not PayPal. It is PayPal.
It is PayPal. Yeah. He went PayPal to Tesla, and now it's like Neuralink and SpaceX.
And then he's got his whole, the Boring Company, which is like basically going to build underground underground like tunnels and shit. Dude, like the man is everywhere. And then I just saw something today. Like I heard that Tesla, basically every time the car is driven, every unit, it records and sends data back about driving things, what it sees, like different road postings, all this stuff back to some server where an algorithm like plays with it. And I'm just like, this man, if anyone owns the world, he is he's that Simpsons character.
Yeah. It's crazy to think, just like, I don't know. He's got it. But the next thing that is actually about Elon too, that's what I was going to say, is that I think it's so funny how powerful he is and who he is, but he literally like, he's the meme lord and the troll. Yeah. There was an SEC like sanction like that he was fighting, that it's an agreement that he has to get pre-approval for certain tweets because it makes that big of waves.
Oh wow.
And he wrote like in the middle of this report, instead of the FCC, he wrote, the SEC won't let me be or let me be me, so let me see. They try to shut me down. So he quoted Eminem in the middle of his SEC filing.
Yeah, so he's anti-establishment. That's why he's got like 50 million fucking followers on Twitter. Like that's powerful as fuck.
I mean, yeah, he like steady gets like 400,000 favorites, which is like crazy.
King of ratio.
Yeah. Travis Barker and Courtney, tied the knot in a Vegas chapel this past weekend.
Interesting. You think he's met the kids?
He probably has.
Yeah.
Sure has.
Big news. You think, Dylan, you think he'll withdraw? Do you think Tiger's in? You think he's locked in?
If he like just totally melts down, I couldn't see it. Like, I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of people think he's gonna miss the cut. I'm just excited to watch him play. I'm literally gonna wake up for the first. I'm gonna put on every single hole on every television I have from 8 a.m. until the end of tea times tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm pumped. Had to take the future.
I love Scheffler, by the way.
Yeah. Okay, that just reminded me, sports. I didn't have this down, but Albert Pujols, how I mentioned his wife is getting that brain surgery, just posted that he's filing for divorce.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and he said,
"I Dylan."
No.
He said, "I know this is." Yeah, he said, "I know this is bad timing with opening day. I hope you keep my family and everything private, but we are getting divorced."
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Terrible timing.
Yeah, no
kidding. Like an asshole.
Yeah, right. It's like, holy crap.
Yeah.
It's tough though.
Yeah.
Bad.
Okay, for all the Seinfeld fans and the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody fans out there, George Costanza's mom has passed away. She was on Zach and Cody. She was the maid for everyone out there who watched it.
Georgie.
Yeah. The U.S. is coordinating with G7 and European Union nations to freeze Russian bank assets and block new investments from the country.
I saw they were going to go after Putin's daughter. I was like, he has a daughter?
That's the next. Yeah, that's the next thing I was getting to. He's got two daughters. They only refer to them by their first name because they live a private life. And one is a doctor that specializes in like unique diseases for children, but they have all this, like, they have this huge theory that all his money is tied up in them. So
really? Yeah, I was
like that. He's like hiding it all with his.
I thought he hid them like because he didn't stone them to death or something, or just kept them in a castle, because he's old school like that.
They kept them in a castle.
Oh God, you could totally see Putin in there.
Oh God.
I wonder if it's with the same mother.
So he just has two daughters. He doesn't have a namesake.
Yeah, just daughters.
Dude's probably hella pissed.
Her shit goes way back.
Talk about to stand.
Yes, he does.
He still hasn't canceled them, but Biden, as of today, has still extended the pause on student loan payments.
Yes. Oh, Putin. Yeah, the family portrait there, of course.
Who's mom? Who's mom?
Yeah. Did you guys see the video of Biden at that dinner with Obama? And
no. I saw he
would talk to him.
Dude, yeah, like one would, and everyone's like, Barack's like, people are like, Barack, they want to shake his hand and stuff, and Biden's just like behind him, and then like they don't go for his hand, and he just like turns around and looks lost.
He's like, where am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I saw that was the first time Barack had been back since president.
Yeah. In a leather jacket and Ray-Bans and all, Sarah Palin has announced she's running for the House again in 2022.
She was the original kind of like nutbat, right? Where that everyone was losing their shit about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Granted, though, yeah, no. 100%.
Now they sprout on trees.
Yeah.
I just imagine if I went and visited Alaska and just kind of like poked around the town, I feel like the personalities would be very different from here.
I'm going in September. I'll hopefully have a vlog. So
yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
Cruise?
That's the water.
Cruise. Yep.
Really? That's
I'm
sick.
hype. I'm fucking hype.
Let us know when you hit these trips, bro.
Yes.
Scientists are ignoring Stephen Hawking gave a last warning before he died, and he said, do not try to like make contact with the, like, do not make it apparent we're trying to contact you. And now there's this new thing that scientists are broadcasting, like strictly focused on broadcasting our signal to like extraterrestrial life. So
Jeez, the whole windup about aliens really died down. I thought they were going to be here by now. Wasn't that a couple of years back?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the fucking time traveler, Dylan?
Yeah.
He's not with us anymore. He traveled back. How about that?
He'll be in 2115 in that movie.
Yeah. A simpler time when he was my sole source of information.
So that Christopher Nolan movie, Oppenheimer, just keeps getting more and more people.
I'm so hype.
They just added Gary Oldman, who plays the cop in The Dark Knight.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's a good addition. And then for suggestions, I saw a trailer for this last night. First episode came out last night. It's a 3-part documentary series that Adam McKay made, who made, like Step Brothers, everything, like like The Big Short. But I've never heard this story, and it's about this dude who was he was in the army, and then he was a crop duster in Louisiana, like flew the plane over the. He faked his own death and became one of Pablo Escobar's biggest drug runners to the U.S.
Jesus.
And it's a documentary, and it looks sick, so I really want to watch that. It's called The Invisible Pilot.
Okay.
Is that the dude then either flew for probably for Blow? Johnny or George Young.
Yeah, I thought it was George Young, and then Tom Cruise has a movie too that's kind of like that called American something, but it's a different guy. This dude's name is Gary Betzner, so definitely check that out. And then I've watched half of The Dropout, which is that show about Elizabeth Holmes, where she created that company that could test the blood. Amanda Seyfried plays that role really well. I'm excited to finish that.
What is that on?
That's on Hulu.
Fire. Okay.
And then last one is, I think it's fucking awesome, is just the Lakers series, Winning Time, Adam McKay as well.
I saw the first episode. I want to get caught up on that. I'm currently watching Black Sails on Hulu. If anyone has seen that. Pirates. How about that? You could see all of Jack D's selections of the week on the brand new CorbettSports.com. I'm going to do a re-rollout of the website, which looks awesome lately. So shout out to Joey and shout out to Jack for giving us those fire suggestions. That's it for us. Shout out to our guy, Christian Verde, who is obviously going to graduate soon. Will still be working with us, right? Helping out our social media and everything, but he got a job with the New Orleans Pelicans, which is fucking fire. So congrats to that, dude.
Congrats, Verde.
Yeah, that's sick.
Congrats.
All right. We'll talk to everyone next week.